I am the designer of the following game. Expect bias. Kia ora koutou, and welcome to Shadow Moon Syndicates in about 4 minutes. It has no solo mode, it's a game for 2 to 5 players, playing time is medium, and it's a moderately complex game. The Shadow Moon is rife with crime, but its crime boss is dead. Can you emerge from the aftermath as the new ruler of the Shadow Moon? The game lasts for 3 full rounds, and in each round you will play 6 cards. The winner is the player with the most points, and you get those from completing objectives, operations, and controlling sectors. Card management. You will manage a hand of unique cards. Area control. You need more influence than your opponents in a sector to score points. Drafting. You can swap cards in your hand with cards from this display. Player turn. There are 10 sets of cards in the basic game, but you don't use all of them at once. For a 4-player game, use 6 sets, either chosen or at random. Take the 10 cards from each set and shuffle them together. Deal 1 face up here. This is the burn pile. Then deal 5 here, and this is the agent pool. Then each player is down a hand of 6 cards. You'll also get 3 objective cards, and each player less than 5 in a game deal 1 objective card face up here. Each player will start with 2 influence of their colour on the board, and there will be 5 operations placed on the board too. To control a sector, you must have at least 2 influence there, and must have more influence than any other player. You start the game with 1 petty crime operation token, and each turn begins with you having the option of flipping one of these tokens to gain its benefit. Here that is to add 1 influence to any sector. You then play a single card from your hand. Play that card onto the table and resolve its above the line ability here. Then check your discard pile. As we have an empty discard pile, we place the card into the discard pile and then resolve its below the line ability. On our next turn we play this card to the table, resolving above the line. We then check our discard pile. As this card is from the same syndicate as indicated by this symbol on the top left, we place it into the discard and then resolve its below the line ability. On our third turn, we play this card and resolve its top ability. But as it's a different syndicate to the top card in our discard pile, we do not get to use its below the line ability. On our 4th turn, we play a card face down to place 1 influence in any sector. Face down cards cannot be removed by any other effect, and they also count as all syndicates. So when we play our 5th card, we get to use both the above the line and below the line abilities on it. There are many different keywords on cards that place influence, move it about, and remove it, as well as manipulating cards in players' discards and hands. Burn lets you take the top card of any player's discard and place it in the burn pile, and some cards interact with the top card of that pile. Some cards like this one introduce different tokens to the board. For example, lockdown tokens prevent your influence from being manipulated. After you have played a card, you may claim 1 operation, which are the tokens on the board. You must be in a sector that you control that borders a token, and you must have at least a number of influence equal to the value of the operation. If you claim an operation, you must spend all your influence in a single region. If that amount is more than the operation's value, you'll gain a bonus credit for each influence spent. Operations you claim can be used for their ability on later turns. Finally, you may swap 1 card in your hand for 1 in the agent pool. At the end of the round, score 1 point for each sector you control, and 3 if you control the spire. Then resolve 1 of your objective cards, getting 1 credit for each operation claimed matching the type on the card, and 3 credits if you control the sector shown. For each of these you don't score, you may flip over 1 of your used operations instead. Then take your discard pile to hand, drawing up to 6 if you have less than that. Choose 3 cards secretly and put them to one side. Repeat this process at the end of turn 2. Then on turn 3, these 6 saved cards are your hand. The agent pool goes away in the final round, and each player's remaining objective card is placed above the board. Those named regions are worth 3 extra points to control, and if a region is named twice, it's worth 6 more. That means Spire can sometimes score 9 points. Each operation token type will also have bonus scoring. Just a few notes from me. I think of this game as a heist movie. Every card you play in the first 2 rounds is someone you are using to set up your big score, and the final 6 cards in your hand are your crew to get the job done. For me, it's about having 2 turns where situational awareness and taking advantage of a changing board state are key, followed by 1 final dramatic turn that you've planned for. And each syndicate brings a different feel to the game. Changing them in and out will change how the game plays a lot. I had so many fun ideas for Syndicate Powers too. The publisher limited the core box to 10, but after much begging, we have a mini expansion with 6 more syndicates coming with the Kickstarter. I think the game has a high skill ceiling and would best suit players who love some confrontation and love finding combos. I have another game out called Red Dust Rebellion, which you can see here. Shadow Moon Syndicates. Please support this game on Kickstarter. Rulebook is available on Board Game Geek.